This is our Grove City edition of Conversations with Confluence. I'm Greg Weimer from Confluence Financial Partners with some of our associates from Grove City. And first, I'd like to start by saying thank you. Thank you to all the clients. The warm welcome has been wonderful. The support of the community has been great. And we appreciate all of you in the transition over the last 6 months. We do understand that it's been 6 months and we owe you, our clients, an update. And so we thought, who better to hear the update from than our financial advisors in Grove City? So we're here with a couple of our associates today, and I'll start out by asking Dave a question. I know Dave thought about this transition for a long time and did a lot of research. And I would just ask you, Dave, 6 months in, what surprises, anything that stands out that you think the clients would appreciate knowing about?
Well, thank you, Greg, and thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to our clients who through the transition have stayed with us. It's very important to what we do. And surprise, if I'm going to say surprise, that's not the way I think about the transition. I have another word in mind. It's more like confirmation. And as we look at this, I've been doing this for the last 46 years. Soon to be 47. And every day that I get up, I stop and start from the very beginning usually, much to the chagrin of my wife sometimes. I know that I'm during the day, I'm going to make some decision that's going to directly affect somebody else's life. And I want to affect it positively. And that decision could also be in some action that I take that affects the community. And it's a little like a glove and hand situation, where I look at the Cashdollar side of the transition as pretty much the glove. Our clients, our assets, our community. And the hand situation is where Confluence came in. Confluence not only embraced our community from the very beginning. You said, we want to be in Grove City. And then you went through why. And it was all about making a difference. And so when I look at that, we had clients, we had assets, you had clients and assets, but you also had resources. Resources that we didn't have. Resources that would enhance what we can do for our clients in a very, very positive way. And so as I look back on the last 6 months, maybe seems like 60, but the last 6 months, I'm convinced, and you said we researched and we did. I am convinced, and what's happened has confirmed that this was a big decision, but it was the right decision.
Thank you.
And we're very glad to be here.
And for both of us.
Yes.
We were able to not only gain some more clients that we have the privilege and honor of serving, but we've also added wonderful associates to our team. And by the way, our team will never be totally satisfied. So last 6 months, yes. Last 6 hours, we spent at the Grove City Country Club talking about how we as a team can even do a better job across the organization serving clients. So maybe I'll go to this side, and maybe I'll go with someone that may be not as familiar of a face, Sophia. Sophia, she was on my team of serving clients, so I got a little chip on my shoulder, and she really wanted to come up to Grove City to serve all of you and be on Dave's team. So you took a good one, actually one of our best. They both were on our team, so I don't know how I should feel about that. But they both have roots in Grove City and wanted to be here. So why don't you explain a little bit about why you made the decision to come up here?
Yeah, so just to give you a little backstory. So I was initially slated to just help the Cashdollar team in their transition. So that was just going to last around 2 to 4 weeks. And so I started doing that. And what I realized is that I really like the people, I really like the town, and I really like the vision. So I approached Greg and Gregory one day. I think I scared them half to death. They thought I was handing in my 2-week notice. And I said, I'd like to actually move up to the Grove City office if you'd be okay with that. Jump ship, as he lovingly puts it. And they conversed with one another, and they decided that was a good idea. They granted me that ability. So I've been here ever since, rotating through the clientele. But the reason that I did that, I would say it's probably three-pronged. For personal reasons, number one. My family, they do live up here, and I have a lot of ties to the Grove City area. And the Grove City College specifically. Everybody in my family actually went to Grove City in some capacity, except for myself, so I am the black sheep of the family. But there is a lot of sentimental value there. And then the other two reasons are kind of intertwined. I would say it ultimately, I saw the opportunity to help a lot of individuals, and I saw a lot of opportunity for personal growth as well. I saw where we were going because I had been able and I'd been given the opportunity to circulate throughout the other offices. And I said, I see the ability to expedite my maturity as an advisor and as an individual, doing this for other people within the Grove City office. And I said, okay, is there a way that I can slide myself into this equation? And in speaking with the other folks, they agreed there was an opportunity. So that's how it worked out.
Wonderful. It's going to work out for everybody. So thank you for making that decision. Let's, should I go, nope, I'll go this side. So, so Eric, I heard all about you and I knew you a little bit, and I got to tell you, you have been an absolute glue through a lot of this. And I know the clients enjoy working with you. Why don't you just share a little bit about some of the observations of the first 6 months?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Thanks, Greg. I think one of the biggest things for me is just to really see the value that we can bring to life for clients. We've added on our side as well, technology, as Dave mentioned, resources that Greg has mentioned, bringing those to life, doing Money Guide Pro plans, financial plans, really seeing numbers on a page mean something to clients. It's really been about adding the value, whether it's estate planning, tax planning, you name it. We've really been able to bring that to life for the clients that we've had the opportunity to work with. We're also getting to know them a little deeper, really understanding, as Randy says, what makes them tick and what's important to them. And the more that we can do that, the more that brings those numbers, those values, and those reports to life. It's all about maximizing lives and legacies, and that's what we're trying to do through all that.
Thank you. And this team, they work as a hockey team. So they're communicating all the time. And with Dave's leadership up here and the additional talent that we're bringing, we made a major step in our organization. It's probably about roughly 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I thought, okay, I want some really solid people to work at our organization. What should we do? And we called Grove City Grove City College, because we really knew the type of people that go to Grove City. So we came up here and I did interviews in the career office over there, and we met this younger guy, Randy Holcomb. And so Randy joined us 10 years ago. And so when we decided to start, you weren't going to be here full time either, were you?
Depends on who you ask. I think it was suggested pretty early on, and then eventually it became, okay, this is definitely what makes sense.
Yeah, and so he's up here full time, and so Randy joined us. He used to be on our team, used to be in charge of the wealth planning team. So he's had a lot of hats at Confluence, and now he's part of the Cashdollar team up here. But Randy, there's all these moments. Like I just wish the clients could have been in the meeting with us today, hearing us talk about how we're going to function in the next 5 or 10 years on their behalf. But what are some of the other moments that you think clients would appreciate hearing about the observations?
Oh, boy, it was this transition, as the clients know, and we've talked and had the privilege to interact with so many of them throughout this transition, almost every client. I mean, it's truly a great opportunity to interact with clients. And the response from the clients has been remarkable. Despite, I had one client yesterday say there was enough paperwork to choke a horse, which is somewhat true. But we appreciate clients dealing with all that. But just watching the team come together, I can tell you the hours worked and the time and blood, sweat, and tears, put into all of it has been remarkable. And I remember the very first day, what was it, very late August, when we all stood in this, right here in this lobby. And Dave said a word of prayer, and we all said, okay, this is going to start. Let's go. It's going to be a tough stretch here, a few months, a lot of work, but there's going to be a lot of opportunities to work with clients and connect with clients as we get everyone transitioned over. But let's put our heads down and do what's right for clients. So there were some rocky moments along the way for sure, but overall it's just really cool to see the team come together. And we had so many folks from the other Confluence offices up here helping, and we called the lunchroom upstairs the war room because there was so much going on. And it was cool because pretty quickly it went from, us and them to just us, and everyone kind of came together, and it didn't really matter which office you'd been in or where you'd been working. And now we were all just working for the good of the clients who are up here and who have, again, graciously given us the opportunity to continue working with them through this transition. So like I said, there's whenever you go through something difficult, in some ways you're like, well, I don't want to do that again. But in other ways, you think, wow, like a lot of foundational memories and moments that you can build off of.
When you say difficult, you only decide to do something difficult when you feel like it's necessary and purposeful and really gonna, you don't do something like this unless you believe the next 10 years for the clients are gonna be better off. And so we continue to find those ways. I think, Eric, you mentioning, the planning that we're doing, and we don't do taxes and estate plan, but we coordinate it. And because at the end of the day, we don't take the responsibility of managing assets and money for 4,000 families. We don't take that lightly. And a lot of families are counting on us. It's typical that we would work with multi-generational families. So you'll see up here, we're multi-generational, and that's really important, and to build a firm that our clients will be proud of in the next 5, 10, and 20 years. So again, we want to thank you for your loyal support in this transition. We look forward to serving you and your family in the future. And our promise is we're going to work as hard as we humanly can to continue to earn your trust and to continue to earn your business. Thank you.